Welcome back to the channel, agents. We are here today to finally do a how to recap and build. So that's exactly what it is. We're gonna show you how to put together a build, how to recap. I'll recap some pieces for you today, and just to show you the basics on how to get a build together. For 2 weeks now, I've been promising you, agents, I'm gonna get get a new build going for you guys, just to show you. It's actually not a new build, it's my Riot foam build, but I did do a couple of build videos before, and I showed you how to put together a burn build, so you're spreading your fire with status effects. And then I showed you how to put together a damage slash armor build using the Hunter's Fury pieces, gear pieces. So today I'm gonna put together a more focus on a gold build, and we're gonna build a Riot foam build, which means you're spreading the Riot foam as a status effect. And so we're gonna go from the ground upwards on how you put it together. Again, disclaimer, if you want to call it one, this is not the only way to do it. There's so many different ways to put a build like this together, but the key thing here is what are you looking to do with the build? What do you want to achieve with it? And then it's your play style, because there's different ways we can do this. We can put some armor and skills together so you can be in the thick of the battle and have a way out, you know, while spreading status effects, especially if you want to go solo and you want to be in the thick of it. Or if you want to go solo and stand back a bit and let the stats effects do the work, but you still put a bit of damage in there, you know. But my opinion, this is more of a team build. It works when you're working together as a team and you coordinate with them, but you can do this as a solo build. But my personal opinion, and I would fully encourage team play in this game anyway, but it's good as a team build. So with that said, agents, let's start. Now, if anybody's watched my build videos before, you will know that I've got a particular loadout, and I'll speak on that as well. A loadout build. So it's a loadout where it's purposely to experiment, to do stuff like this for you guys. So that's where I'm gonna go straight to right now. Let's get straight into this now, agents. So the loadouts, as you know, you press the LT from the inventory and it brings you to your loadouts. And this is where I'm talking about the builds. Now, the build we're going to replicate today is the Riot foam build. It's an Eclipse Protocol build, which is the gear piece, and it's a Riot foam. I did say I'm going to do a gold variant of this. Let me duplicate this one, and then as we're going along, I'll show you where you could swap out a gold piece rather than having a gear piece and still get the same effect. But again, this is a status effect build. Now, let me show you my Eclipse Protocol build that I've got for Riot foam. I'll just quickly go over the burn build and then we'll build the Riot foam together, but you get the gist of it. So right now, let's go straight into the Eclipse Protocol build that I've got already. Now, it's, as you can see, it's four piece with the Memento backpack, and I've got a Fox's Prayer knees, and we'll talk about that more later. But I'm going to do one where that's gonna be status effects heavy, so you're gonna see I'm gonna swap these two pieces around, and I'll explain that later. When you go to your stats, again, I'll try to touch on that, but how that affects your stats and, you know, what you're looking for. Again, it's all down to what you want to achieve in your build. So without further ado, let's get into starting the build. Now, a couple of you agents did mention to me that I've not touched on the specialization, and I will touch on that today, which one to pick and why. And then I'll do a special specialization video where we'll go through each specialization and how they actually have a massive impact and influence on your actual build. So we're going to go to, like I say, so let's just discuss the Eclipse Protocol and how it works, what we're going to end up with. We're going to end up with practically this, something similar, most likely going to be this with one or two tweaks to it. Eclipse Protocol basically gives you this. Two pieces give you status effects, which spreads either fire, your Riot foam, or electricity. Three pieces gives you skill haste and hazard protection. Now the skill haste is basically how quick the skill becomes back available, so your countdown timer, how quick that goes. Four pieces gives you indirect transmission. Your status effects now spread to kill to all enemies within 10 meters and refresh 50% of the duration. So that's basically a 4-piece Eclipse Protocol. Now, with that said, you're going to realize the tier is a skill core, is the score attribute. Expertise level is 13. The attributes is status effect and skill haste. So this build, I want to be consistently refreshing my skill, and I want to be, riot forming as much as I can. And again, it spreads to enemies within 10 meters. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a good radius if you have the right mods. And again, we'll touch on mods later. So on the mask, you see I have status effects and skill haste. On the vest, I again have status effect, but I got critical hit damage. And again, that's because I want a little bit of damage on this build, because I still do need to take down the enemies, and it only spreads on kill. Now on the vest, you could see again the status effects on there is a skill core on the core attribute, but here's where it gets interesting. Requires indirect transmission. What's that? Proliferation increases indirect transmission range from 10 meters to 15 meters and refreshes percentage of 50% off to 75%. Right, so you need indirect transmission equipped, and that's 4 pieces, as you can see there. So that definitely activates once you've got the 4 pieces of this build. So as you can see, the vest is already spreading that from 10 meters to 15 meters, which is a bigger radius. Let's go on to the holster. The holster I've put with a damage core, and as I said to you, the core attribute has a damage core because I still do want to do damage, because it only spreads on kill. So you want to get them down. A few headshots should take down the average enemy, but the golds and a big bad, you're gonna have to do a bit more than a few clips. Right, so with that said, it's a core attributes, a weapon damage, and it's weapon handling. Again, I can improve this build because I've just noticed this myself. I don't really need weapon handling on that, and you're gonna see what I mean about that a bit later. On the knees, on the gloves, we have a glove again is a core attribute. So there's my 2 damage cores from my gear. And that's weapon damage as a core attribute, but as one of the attributes is status effects. So you realize so far I've got status effects on the mask, I've got status effects on the vest, I've got no status effects on the holster, but I just explained that I want damage on that. But on the glove, we're going back to status effects, because that's what this is. It's a status effect build. Finishing off on the Fox's Prayer, we have status effects on there at 10%, and then we've got damage to target out of cover, and we've got, as the core attribute, we've got the weapon damage. Again, I want to do some damage on this build as well. But here's where this build comes together. The Memento backpack is giving me core attributes, is giving me a damage core, an armor core, and a skill tier, which is beautiful, because now at least I'm getting some armor. Going back to what I was saying about if you want to go solo, you want to get damage in there, so because you've not got that much armor, so you will go down quickly. But if you've got more damage, then you can survive that a little bit longer, but you still got to get out and let the stats effects do the job. But we've also got the skill tier to wrap this up, and as you can see on the Mementos, critical hit damage, and just to note, so put this down on your notes, is that the Memento, you'll see I use on multiple builds, because there's a lot of pieces you can use on multiple builds, and hence why I opted to roll it and have critical hit damage on there, because I want it's on multiple builds. So that's the build as it stands now. And again, going back to the last thing I'll touch on before we start building from the ground up is the specialization I'm using. But just to let you know the guns I'm using, now I'm using the St. Elmo's engine on there. But because I want to do damage, and that chameleon is a beast when the way I've put mine up, and also the Eagle Bearer, they are beasts for just the gun itself, regardless of the build you're on. But I use this in Elmos, and here's why. Electricity is a status effect. Got assault rifle damage on there, got health damage and critical hit damage, and you know that's 10% more. And I've also got that on the Memento. And just to jump out quickly, you realize I've got damage to target out of cover on the knees, and then on the holster I've got weapon damage and weapon handling. I should actually, that weapon handling should be a critical hit damage, but I'll sort that out later. But going back to the gun now, so the reason why I'm using Sim Elmo's engine is Acom East. Shooting an enemy with the weapon will give you 1 stat. At 100 stacks, the next magazine will be 100% filled with shock ammo. So you've got that shock ammo and you've got that electricity spreading as a stats effect. You see where this build is going now, agents. You've not just got the riot foam spreading. You've also got the electricity spreading as well, with the 100 bullets of this gun. Now the trick here is again, as part of a team, if someone's running a burn build, then you're having fun all day. But there's the key thing: if somebody could throw a grenade in there, and the person's on flames and can kill them, more likely you throw a grenade in there. That explosion, a fire from that explosion, if you can kill them on that grenade as well, then you're going to spread fire, electricity, and the riot foam. It's about timing. It's about knowing what you were doing in the moment. Like, and again, this is about being very tactical and being, going in there with purpose. So that's just to let you know why I'm using the St. Elmo's engine, because it's a decent gun for stats effects as well. You can use it in a damage build, but again, it depends what your preference is. I'm finishing off with the named Tsunami shotgun. That's giving me weapons damage, shotgun damage, damage to armor, and optical range. I mean, you can swap that out. I mean, it's just to have the shotgun on the build. The Fawn would be the better one to use on this because it's got damage to target out of cover on there, and that's where the damage out this build comes into play. But again, it's your preference. I mean, I've seen people bring out rifles and they've brought out the harmony because of the perfect sync on the harmony, and hitting an enemy grants you 20% skill damage for 5 seconds, and using non-shielded skill or damaging an enemy with skill grants 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. So that's why I've seen people bring out the harmony. With that said, let's run over to the specialization table. And the specialization wrong direction, sorry. Just shows you how often I'm out here, isn't it? No, that's bounty. Specialization table is inside. What am I doing here? It's out here. There you go. No, that's conflict. So it goes to show you how often I am out here, because I'm not. I use the one inside. So specialization table. That's projects. Oh my word! Trying to teach you guys, and I'm losing myself. Very interested, isn't that, agents? The specialization table, anyways, in here. I'm sorry. And I'm using the fire starter. And I'm going to go on to that and for you in a minute. Right, so I'm fighting the firewall, sorry, right? Now, the reason why I'm using the fire is the flamethrower, yeah, is this. Remember I told you about this, fire is a status effect. Inventory. Now, on this build, I'm using this with the shield, because with the Crusader shield, you can use it. Yeah, so as you can see, not the Crusader, the Striker Ballistic shield. The Striker shield is modified version of the Crusader shield, allowing the K3 Jetstream flamethrower signature to be used. And sorry guys, I don't know why I just done that. As you see, I was bumped out the menu. Right. Inventory. So let's go back to it. Right. So just was bumped out. Right. So there you go. So you could use the flamethrower signature weapon to be used while equipped. In addition, the Striker shield boosts the damage of the user and all allies behind them based on the number of enemies in front of the shield. Skill tier increases with both armor core and skill core attributes. Now this brings the build together because, as you can see, skill core, now I've got one on the mask, one on the vest. The Memento gives me the extra one, and then that gives me an armor core. So I've got the 3 cores I would need for that shield. Now this is where you can get clever. I can change this to a skill core, right, if I want. And I've got an Eclipse Protocol now. I've got that in my stash. I've got a Eclipse Protocol glove. Let me get that out actually. On here in my stash, Eclipse Protocol, right? I haven't, but I can check. Yes, I have. Right, so let's get that back in the stash. Inventory. So if I wanted, I can change that now to get the extra skill core, and as you can see, that's got skill damage on there, and I'll put that in there because I'm going to want to play around with that a bit later. I'll craft one and I'll play around with that. So with that said, that's the build as it stands now. Let's get to building. We are 15 minutes in, and I think we're at a good stage now where you guys understand the build. What's it doing? Why are we doing what we're doing? And we are going to build from scratch, and to give you swap out pieces and let you see how the build works. Now I should do a mission in this video. I won't do an extra video so you can see the build straight away. So we're gonna go over here, tinkering station, and there's the crafting one over here, and we can craft on need. But yeah, so let's go ahead. First of all, what we're gonna do is to get some resources. I'm gonna go into my my chest here. I'm going to get weapon pieces, some resources for the weapons. Let me just do this. There's named, let me do this here, sweet dreams. I'll do another one. Right, good. And then yeah, let's just leave it there. The reason why I'm doing this, agent, is to get the resources just in case we need them. Because again, the key thing you want to do when you're crafting, when you're recabbing, is you do want to have exotic pieces. You want your resources, as I've explained in past videos. So the reason why we want these resources is this. We are going to deconstruct this, and the resources, we've got 2 exotic components there: the protective fabric, polycarbonate, mask weave, cinematics, receiver components, and marksman rifle alloy. We just want the resources here, because when you look at the caches again, when we're doing builds, you see the recalibration crafting cache, the cinematics, the steel, the electronics, and the titanium. We need all of those. So I'll open this cache, and let's get to building. Yeah, we definitely need that. So let's go. Inventory. So we're going to load the experimental loadout, which is the bottom one here. We've already got the signature as the flamethrower, so let's start going. We're not going to worry about the guns as yet, and early on you saw me go in here and load up the pistol, and I didn't explain why. I'll explain why at the end of the build. So let's go. So what are we doing? We want to focus on the Eclipse Protocol build. Start with the glove, and we want to get the skill cores up first. So there's 2 ways we're going to do about this. We're going to put this one on, and there's skill damage on there. Now we're going to want to most likely press the select button here, and I want this to be skill haste. So we're going to transfer that. Oh no, should we do that? Should we do that as a skill haste or status effect? Let's do that as a status effect, because we want to get as much of that from there as possible. So that's the new glove. As you can see, I've not when I come out, you're going to see I've not made that proficient, but I will do that in a moment. So that's one skill core. Let's go to the knees. Again, sorry, one direction, right. We can decide here. As you can see, I've got an Eclipse Protocol down here with armor on it and a status effect. I've got one here with stats effect and a core attribute as the skill core. I'm gonna go with the skill core, or I've got one there with a damage, but we're gonna go with a skill core, the core attribute skill tier with stats effect. So that's 3: Memento, glove, knees, all stats effects, all skill tiers. So we're gonna go to the holster. Let's make that make that armor. See, we got choices here. We can make that armor status effect, or we can make that damage. Let's make that damage, right? Weapon handling. I want to see, can I can't change that, but okay. So later on we're going to come to that. Let's go to the mask. We'll make that Eclipse Protocol again. Double skill haste on that. I want a piece of that. Definitely want that, because I could have put stats effect and skill haste, but I'll go for the double skill haste. So it's working with the skills. So now, what are we doing with the vest? Now the vest, we can go in different directions here. I'm not gonna go for 5 pieces of the Eclipse Protocol, and I'm gonna show you why. Because I want a vest that's gonna do something else on the build. Now it's only 1 piece, but you know, with 1 piece I can get skill haste if I put my Hana U on, and I get skill damage, skill haste, and skill haste on that. Yeah. The reason why I'm saying that, let me just go to my inventory. Because you see on this one, I have got 4 pieces, and on the Fox's Prayer is my 1 gold piece. I'm going to go another way, because like I said, it's going to be similar to this build, but it's not going to be this exact build. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Big mistake. We'll go again, don't worry. Yeah. Alright, we'll go again. So, what a mistake to make, agents. Very sorry about that, but let's just do what I just done. I can do it quicker. We said stats effect on here, didn't we? We said what did we say? We said damage on this one, didn't we? Yes, we did. And then on the mask, we said no, we said the double one, didn't we? Skill haste, right? Back to where we were. So I'm gonna put the Hana U. Let me equip the Hana U first. Other options: skills repairs, skill damage, skill haste, if we wanted. Again, I'm not going to put the 5 piece on. I'm going to show you why. Because this is the way the build lands now. Because I'm getting skill haste on there as well, and skill damage. Right. So this is the options we've got as it plays right now, agents. Now, you can go 2 ways. The Memento can be changed for the Ninja Bite Messenger backpack. It still gives me all the cores. It's just, yeah, I can do that, and that will give me 2 on everything. So that then turns into skill haste and steel duration. That turns in, well, all of these then, that I've already got the 4 pieces here. So as it stands now, we can save this build. We can overwrite it just to save it. So as it stands now, I've got good healthy stats effects on here, as you can see on all the pieces. I've got some damage. Now, I probably want more damage on this. So there's 2 ways I can go about this. I can decide, though I'm getting good skill damage and skill haste on this, I will put the stats effect and critical hit chance on this. I can't change it. So this is where I'm going to go and do a bit of recapping, because right now we're going to want this to be a skill damage. So we get a bit more skill damage on there, because as you can see, I've not really got any skill damage anywhere on here, and I do want some. We do want a bit of skill damage, and we've got a lot of stats effects on here, but we've got no skill duration or skill damage. Yes, it's a stats effects build, but we want something else on here. So what I will do now is I'm going to go and put China Whites on here, Hana U, sorry, on here, skill haste, and then I'm gonna craft an Eclipse Protocol. So we're going all skills now. There's gonna be no damage. I know, you know, like I say, there's different ways you can go with this. The skill, the Eclipse Protocol now we're gonna craft. Go to the crafting station. We want a holster, so we're gonna go to the holster. Hit the right stick, go to the gears, and we're looking for the Eclipse Protocol to to craft. There you go, it is that one, right? So let's go. Let's craft this. See what it gives us. It's going to be nice to us straight off the bat. It gives us skill repairs. I can swap that out, and we want skill duration. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're on a winner there straight away. Because what we want now is to do this, and we come in here, and we've got, in my library, we have skill damage. No, sorry, what am I talking about? I want skill damage. The skill duration we want on the mod. Very sorry, agents, for confusing everybody. So skill durations on the mod. Very sorry for making that mistake, agents. We want skill duration on the mods. Because we've got a lot of skill haste on here. So we want a bit of skill duration. So we've got to scroll all the way down, right? So we've got skill duration there. I think we're going to want to put skill duration. We've got skill haste. We've got skill haste, skill duration. Yeah, let's put it on the because the skills will come back quick anyway. We don't really need them too quick because, again, as a team build, skill duration, that's already on the mask, isn't it? Skill duration, there you go. So we've got some good skill duration on there now, and we've got some good skill duration stats effects. So stats effects, skill haste here, sorry. Skill damage, skill haste, and skill duration there. Skill damage there. Stats effects there. And stats effects right there. So we're looking all right. So now this is what we can decide. We do, if we want to get a bit of damage in there, we can sacrifice a skill stats effects here because we've got enough on the build, and we can craft a we can put this stats effect there with the weapon damage. Can do that. So at least we're not rarely losing the stats effect then, are we? We're actually going to put a damage core. So that's what I'm going to do. So the damage goes up slightly. So as you can see, this build here now is ready to go. Let's put the St. Elmo's engine on there. And we'll leave the... Oh yeah, let's put the harmony on here. Yeah. Now, going to the last piece here is the pistol you saw me playing with earlier. Now this pistol, the card custom, gives you 1 extra steel tier when you equip it. Pistol damage, and then amplifies weapon damage by 25% to burning enemies. After 4 kills, applies burn to the next enemy you hit. And it's been modified, which I have modified it. As you can see, I've put headshot damage on there, but what I'm going to change that to... No, I'm going to leave it on there. Accuracy, headshot damage. So I've got headshot damage on this. Now, this is where this gets interesting, because as you can see there, it gives me another skill tier. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will give me 6 now, and I'm going to do some heavy damage in battle. Now, that's the build put together. Let's save this. Right, I'm going to go with this build, and we're going to go into battle. But before we do that, I just want to show everybody options that we have, because now I can play around with this a bit more. Here I can do the Eclipse Protocol. I can go with the stats effects and skill and critical hit damage. Should I go with that? See, here's the options, agents. You can, because what I'm thinking here now is I want to change the glove. And the glove, the reason I want to change the glove is I can go 2 ways here. I can go for a named glove, right? I passed it, didn't I? Yeah. So firm handshake, right? Which gives you status effect and skill damage with weapon damage. So I can get more damage on this build. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, but I'm going to sacrifice skill damage, skill haste, and skill duration. But as you can see, I've got status effect and skill damage on here. Because then I can change this now to get the skill core on here. So I'm still getting indirect transmission with a 4-piece, right? And you see all the stats effects and critical hit damage there, right? Let me just go in my stash and see what other options I've got on here with the Eclipse Protocol. Not much, have I? So I can craft one. So the reason why I'm saying this is because as much as the critical hit damage on there, and it's low because it's only on really on that and on the Memento and the best. I'm heading towards thinking I want another skill damage or skill haste there. So we can craft that. And this is why I was saying we always want to make sure our recalibration caches are claimed. We want to make sure we, you know, get resources from deconstructing guns and other pieces, etc, etc. So let's go back to the chest. Let's go to the Eclipse Protocol. And we're going to craft. Crafting does cost a lot, but as you can see, we are also in a season where we've got double XP. So you're going to get a lot of caches coming back at you, a lot of drops, and you can get them back very easy. So let's craft this. And let's see what it gives us. Critical hit damage. I'm going to craft it one more time. Because we can recap it, swap it out. Stats effects. That is beautiful. Empty mod slot. So this is where we're going to quit this straight away.
Inventory.
Come in here now. And remember now, what are we looking for? So straight away, I know, let me go to my mods. Let me stick a decent mod on there. And what do we want? More skill duration. Or, you know, and skill duration usually works better with turrets and stuff anyway. So do I want more stats effect, skill haste? And I'm going to go, yes, I want more skill haste, right? I'm going to change the color on this as well. Sorry, I'm just being a bit fickle here, but I prefer, it's a skills build, so I prefer to have yellow. Right, so as it stands here now, I'm going to destroy this because I want the pieces back. So destroying that, it gives me back a Eclipse Protocol membrance. It gives me protective fabric, carbon fiber, electronics, and it gives me titanium. I want that back. So at least I've got that back straight away. So as the build stands now, we have status effects and skill haste. We've got skill damage here. We've got skill duration, skill haste here. We've got stats effects down here, and on the glove we've got stats effects and the skill damage. We've got a good balance is what I'm trying to get to here, agents. So but obviously now, as you can see, let me go back in here. I need to change this stats effect. So here's the beauty of this build. Now, agents, we could go skill haste or skill damage. It's again, now this is all more stats effects. Now I want to spread this, so it's a spread build. So let's just stick a stats effect in there. And obviously, you know, I can still come in here and change this later. I'll say, nah, let me put a bit more skill haste or skill skill damage on there, right? So here we go. So we've got a decent build here as it stands. You know, I'm gonna go with this, but I can just load this back. Yeah, well, I've got the Hannah U piece on there, but I'm gonna go with this for now. But as you see, because I've crafted, I've got those pieces in the library. I can stick them in my inventory, or I'm not going to use this build a lot. So this is what we're going to do here. We're going to go with this build as it stands here. You're going to see me go into cover a bit, because I've got 3 damage cores, and I've got 4 skill cores, and I can bring out the pistol to bring a 5th skill core. But I'm going to still be in cover a lot. And now, so obviously the most important part here right now is the Chem launcher. And make sure that's got Riot foam on there. Skill tier 5, you can see, because I've got as you can see, it's skill tier 5. So then this is the final piece of the build. You need the you need a Chem launcher, and it's in tier 5. 5% more ammo. You see in seer health is up there. That's high. That's 250%. You've got 50% in-snare duration, and the radius is plus 25%. When I bring out that pistol, you'll see that will go up. and overcharge. I won't get near there because I should start this build with tier 6, but I'm not. But here's the key thing: the Inseer health is on the mods. Now the radius, is that my highest radius? 7.5? No, it's not. 7.5 it is. And then I want to make sure my Inseer health, is that the highest? It is. So there you go. So the mods have to be right on here as well. So all together now we've got the right shield to use the flamethrower, and we've not got any armor cores. We've only got one because of the Memento backpack, but we've got the skill cores because now we've got 4 of those with this gun. No, sorry, we've got 5, haven't we? Because of the pistol, we can push that to 5, and then we've got the 2 damage cores. So on the knees, I can put a mod on here. No, I can't. No, sorry. Mask got a mod. Yeah. So this build is now ready. So let's go and test it, agents. We are 35 minutes in. Let's now go and test this build to see how well it does. Yeah. And you can see in action. Priority objective. It says to me, supply activity.
Inventory.
Shall we do a mission?
Inventory.
Because again, the
Inventory. Seasons.
Party objective will give me rewards. It's good XP.
Inventory.
Or I can do a mission, and you guessed it, I'm gonna do my favorite. We're gonna do Lincoln. I just love this mission, and I just want to demonstrate the build for you. Could do a control point, but let's see how the build holds up. Because again, we can make adjustments to this. I'm gonna go solo, right? And the key thing I'm gonna ask agents to do when you're watching this is going solo. You can imagine it will be so much more better with a team. There's guys in there already, so let me go. And this mission shouldn't start straight away because didn't stick him.
This fucker's mine.
He's dead. Where's the third guy that's usually here? Nowhere to be. Okay, there's usually 3 guys there. So, start this mission. Gonna do it on heroic. So this is not gonna be a speed run. I'm not gonna try to run through this because obviously I do need to be in cover for this build, agents. Because as you can see, I've not got a lot of armor on there. Well, I've got no armor, you might as well say, compared to other builds. So I do have to try to be more patient with my approach. But watch the build anyway. Get a stick in. Didn't want to bring that out. So now we should get a spread. Who is that? Let me call him to spread it more. Someone is over there, I can't see them. Okay, I'm about to go down because I did not see, I did not see that person. Hey, well, don't cheat, come on. How did he get round there so quick? Anyway, let's try again. I lost my bearings there, but come on. Right. So, let me get into his face a bit, because I tried to stay back, but... Right, this is going better. But yeah, how did you get behind me? So anyway, whatever. Right, so... See, so you've seen the spread, the status effect is kicking in. Those at the back there are going to get hit. Now, there you go, you see the electricity there. Trying to hit his weak point, didn't get it. I've got a grenade over there as well. So the stats effect, as you can see how it's working. So I'll walk you through this, guys, so you can understand what's happening. So the stats effect.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
5 skill cores. You see, I've got 5 ammo canisters of the Riot foam. Now, you use the environment to your advantage as well. So I want these guys to push up. I'm gonna hit him. I want to set him on flames. Right? Now, when you look around the corner, those are going to be in flames. So I can kill this guy here now. Seize electricity. Right, there you go. Everybody's on fire there. You see that guy I'm back there on fire. I should have tried to kill him. But saw him load him up back. Right. And kill him. That spreads to you there. That spreads to you there. You're in a corner there hidden. You're in a blind spot as well. So I'm going to run around here. And the beautiful thing with these guys, who I just killed there, if I hit his weak point, I can use his foam to my advantage. There is a drum back there that should blow up with something back there. He's trying to find it. And I was just thinking, this does work very well with rogue agents. You just got to keep them in front of you. And you want to kill, you want to do a bit damage. And you want to get one down as quick as possible, but yeah. So as you can see, agents, the stats effects is working well. The fire spreading when they are on fire. You see the rogue agents detected. I just mentioned them. There's going to be 2 of them. So again, I want to keep them in front of me, yeah? And I want to get these headshots in as hard as possible. So he's running up there. I want to stay back. Remember, I've not got no armor. One's on the turret and he's there. No, he's just put a decoy there. No, he's back there. You can see it. As long as that one stays back there. I've missed him again. So the St. Elmo's engine, even if I was on a damage field, I would want to probably switch to this fighting rogue agents. Did that get him? And easy, I keep forgetting I've got the harmony, which will give me skill damage. So this is a game of patience now, agents. As you can see, they keep popping. I've got no armor. Now, where I'm lucky is that the one at the turret back there is staying on the turret. That's where I'm actually lucky. Oh, didn't I hit the wall at the front of him, innit? That got you. The grenade went well over my head. I'm using a lot of armor kits because I've got no ammo on this build. So, that we'll discuss shortly. We'll take a... No, not even a break. Ah! One thing out. It's a force of habit to reload the St. Elmo's engine, which I shouldn't do. There should be electricity coming out of that.
Serious trauma detected.
You gotta try and run up here. You're there. You're there. You've got to be there. There you go. That's one down. So that one at the back there, Now, the damage I was getting there is literally because of the Memento and the knees here. That's why I was getting that damage. That rogue agent staying on the tongue, so I want to roll. I want to sneak round. Came off, that's good.
I'll finish that agent. This just belongs to the inevitable.
I keep sticking you every time you break out. So the damage is not the best, but there's electricity.
I don't want to hurt you.
Well, you are hurting me. Oh, come on, I didn't want to do that. There you go. So I'm getting you down, I'm getting you down. Yep, I'm getting you down. How are you firing still? Stuck myself, there's no problem, you are finished. So, the damage is okay, agents, but the key thing is even on rogue agents, and you heard me literally just say,
I repeat, the compound
you know,
is all
I just
clear.
want to keep sticking them, and as you can see, you keep sticking them, even additionally, you can stick them. This holds up well against rogue agents. So, lucky I'm not trying to run through this, or as you saw at the very beginning when I was run down, I was down the first time I tried to, you know, just run in. But here you go. So that's the build there, agents. I mean, I'm going to complete it because it's Lincoln, but you can get the gist of the build. This is a good Riot foam build. And, got to clip these. Got to clip them, as you can see, ceramics and electronics. So that's the build in all. I hope this has helped. Again, please, those on Twitch, please hit the follow button. Follow me on Twitch. Pop any questions in the comment section. Those on YouTube, I certainly need your likes, I need your comments. I would love it if you subscribe to me and hit that notification bell so you can be updated on when I post these videos. So what I'm gonna switch to the playing forward here so we can spread this fire. Right? And then I've got to be careful with the door to my left there. One of them put a tongue out. So let me use here for cover. Right. So see me run now, you will. And also, I forgot to mention, agents, when you get those kills, those trophies save your life with a build like this. I'm picking up trophies and it's giving me my bonus armor. So, yep, you're back there. I'm going to chuck a grenade back there for you. There you go. And then you've come round. You collect them trophies, you're getting good damage from collecting the trophies, and obviously with the Memento depends on your skill cores or your damage cores or your armor cores. And collecting them trophies, what this is doing for me as well, which is helping me last in these battles. I might need that actually. I might need that. No, I don't. Right. So let's just run through this again because this is a build video, so I'm going to focus more on the building rather than clearing the level. So as you can see here, what's happening is because I've got the skill core from the Memento, then 2, 3, 4 from the mask, the vest, and the holster. I'm getting those 4 skill cores. Remember, if I bring out the pistol, then that'll be 5. Now, with the 2 damage cores, this is what's happening because of the Memento backpack. Now, enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. Now, weapons, I'm getting 5% per weapon damage core, so that's 10%. Armor cores, again, I've only got 1 on here. That's the bonus armor of 10%. So I've got to keep collecting them trophies for that to keep going up. So that 5% really, if I can collect 4 of those trophies, that's going to be the damage cost. That's 20% more damage. The skill efficiency is where it all comes together on a build like this, agents. I've got 5 skill cores if I bring out the pistol. So I'm getting 5% per trophy of a skill efficiency. That's why the spread is going to work better and the damage it does is going to work better. And as you can see, for every trophy collected, gain additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1 armor but regeneration for 300 seconds. Agent, very sorry, I have to change my controller batteries, so give me 30 seconds while I do that. Okay, agents, we're back. I just had to change those batteries. So overall, you can see with the Memento and the trophies, and then you know how you put the build together. Overall, you get, you know, it's a good build to put together. Now imagine with a team there's more enemies, but as a team there's more damage happening around you. If someone's got a burn build, or the oxidizer doesn't actually spread, unfortunately, no. But they could be doing damage as well, so it's a good team build. You've got to collect these agents. Weapon as well, destroy it because I need the bits. See what it's got here. So overall, we're going to complete Lincoln, and I'll close off straight after. Hopefully, again, please, those watching this on playback on YouTube, those who got any questions, please do ask, and tell me what you think about the video. Definitely comment if you like it, if you like it, and please do subscribe and hit the notification bell. But overall, you see how this build works very well. I love this build. I love using the Riot phone, especially on closed-in missions like Lincoln Memorial. Another one is American History Museum. This works very well in Potemac's too open, but it could work there. Only with a team, though, I have to say that. With a team, works better in Potomac. So any missions where it is open world, I would advise you use this build with a team. And then if 2 people are running Riot phone builds, beautiful. Key thing though, you can't spread each other's stats effects. You used to be able to, but you can't no more. But if you're both running stats effect builds, then not a problem. I'm going to run up on these guys here, stick them, and stick the flamethrower on them so the flames spread. There's a few of them here. Good. So switch back. One went behind me. This one here. Yeah. Pop your back. More right foam. Whoever's in the room there is going to get some electricity. Yep. Slows you down. So then, as you can see as well, agents, depending on your expertise level on the gun, that also plays a big part how much damage your gun's putting out. I mean, if I was using Chameleon, these kills would be quicker, but I won't get the bonus electricity on the 100, you know, when you use 100 bullets. So again, how you like the build is down to you. What do you really want to do with the build in key moments? You know, there's no right way to put a build together. It's the way you want to put it, but there are certain factors that come into play there that you do want to consider when putting a build together. So again, anybody that sees a better way, by all means, please share it with me. I'd love to see how other people put these builds together. It would be great if you just put it in the comments, you know, or send a link to your build. Love that. You know, there's quite a few good builders out there. So, you know, I welcome someone say, nah, you should have tried this instead, you know, because again, it's not only one way to do these builds. There's many ways to do them. It's just down to your preference, as I'm saying. So, with that said,
The schematics as it's pulled upstairs. We can lock that tunnel door from the control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
Oh, look at him. Let me get him. Nah, I missed him.
Waste them. Yeah.
So this is where the weapons expertise level comes into play big time as well. So yeah, there's not a lot of damage on this build because it's more of a status effect skills build. But the gun does say massive part. The damage you're seeing here, Agent, is more to do with the actual expertise level of the gun. There was one up here. Is he gone? He's jumped down, hasn't he? Okay. But he's coming up. Thank you. Look at the stats of it. Look at that spread. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. You know, I got into a bit of trouble there. Shield went. But you saw what happened. Because these beautiful status. So, right. So, we're nearly at the end of Lincoln Memorial. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be doing more. Next one won't take 3 weeks. You know, I will get one out. If not by the end of the week, and I'll get one out next week. Recommendations welcome. If there's anyone out there that's watching this and they're like, you know, I'd like to see him do a legendary build, which I need to work on myself anyway, so I'm going to do one off camera, off film, and then once I've perfected it, then I'll put it together, and I'll show everyone how you do that. With that said, let's wrap up Lincoln Memorial, and we'll go from there. Let's stick down. Harmony, and harmony will give me some good skill stuff as well with the perfect insane. The damage it's doing. Name neutral, that's on the one of the projects. You can see I hit his weak point. Get these headshots and get these headshots. Yep. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Pick him up there. Get him good. He's gonna jump down, but before you do, get your weak point. There you go.
Go on and head back up. The team from the campus is taking
So
position
there you
inside
have
the
it,
memorial.
agents. That is the best way. I think that's one of my finest, well, not because I died on the first run, but, you know, that is one of my finest demonstrations of this build. Again, there's different ways you can run this build. Let me see what XP I get. I've got carbon fiber, and I've got some good XP there. You know, there is an XP event going on. Let me see view. What we can see is 467 million damage. Let me expand this and see armors pierced, destroyed. Okay. Weak points destroyed, melee kills. What I'm looking for is the skill damage dealt. You'll see that 61. Wow. Wow and wow. 61 million damage on the skill damage, right? Highest kill streak, headshot damage, headshot kills, sorry, team kills, team damage, okay. Burn, enemies burn. So you see now, that's through the flamethrower. But I didn't burn with the flamethrower 22 enemies agents. I burned, you see what, 3 or 4 in a video, but other people got burnt through the status effects of that. Now, where you see enemies shocked, that's through the St. Elmo's engine. Where you see enemies immobilized, that's through the Riot foam. Explosive damage is through the grenade and hitting the weak points. And anything else, yeah. So and healing received, that's through the trophies. And well, the real crit hit and the real crit damage, that's not gonna be high because I've not got a lot of critical hit damage or critical hit chance on the actual build. Yeah, so that's not gonna be. But you can see this is a skills build, but you can see anything skills related was up there in high in the numbers. So I'm pleased with this build. I mean, I'm pleased with the build. I would say I'll save it. I might do 2 Riot foam builds then and have more of what I've got on this one. But with that said, agents, I will wrap up here. It's been 61 good minutes with you guys. I do this for you guys and girls and agents because I just want to help the community be able to put together their builds and enjoy the game like I do. There's times where I want to give up on this game, so there's times like today where, not because I completed it well, but I was able to give back to the community and teach you guys how to put your builds together. With that said, I will now wrap up. Again, comment please, let me know any questions you've got, any suggestions of what you want to see built. Also, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell, please, so you can be notified every time I put a video together. And on Twitch, please definitely do follow me. Facebook, guys, same things. Subscribe to the Facebook feeds and hit comments on the comments section. So with that said, I will wrap up. Thank you for watching today, and I will catch you on my next live.